What's up, everybody? It's Keefy. You're watching another edition of the Weekly Ritual Ghost Cults news show, streaming live everywhere on the web right now. Thanks so much for being here another week. We really appreciate you. Ghostcultmag.com is a news source. We do interviews, we cover festivals and concerts around the world, and we do a ton of music reviews. So that's what we do. Thanks for being here. We're going to give you the layout of the show. First things first, we go over some announcements. Then we talk about the features we've had here at Ghost Cult this week. Then we cover the major festival announcements, followed by tours, either just beginning, ongoing right now, or huge ones just announced. Lots of big news this week in festivals and tours. Then we cover the top 10 major stories of the week in rock and metal and related subgenres. And then we have some fun and we check out something I got in the mail, unbox something cool from my mailbag. We got an action-packed show for you tonight. There was so much news happening in the metal and rock world this week that as I was getting ready to go live, more stuff kept happening, and I had to shoehorn in a couple of more stories. It's really not what I should be doing, but I wanted to share that with you. It was important to me to get the news out to you, and so we added those into the story, and just super cool to be here. We always cover a mix of underground and mainstream artists, so I feel like we have a little bit of something for everybody. Thanks for being here. Let us commence with the commencing. And let's kick our ticker off again. You can find most of our awesome content at ghostcultmag.com, here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and all the other socials you might already like. We're on all those things. If you jump in, the best experience for this show, if you're jumping in, is Goat Throne Records is here. What's up? Evil Rob is here, my homie. The best experience for this show is usually on YouTube or Twitch. Feel free to give us a donation of any amount over on YouTube, a super thanks. I don't have any contests or drinking games this week because I got to stay focused. I'm exhausted. I went to 6 shows in the last 7 days. So I'm beat, including the weekend festival and all kinds of genres. I saw Powerwolf last Friday. I went to Heavy Psych Sounds Fest San Francisco all day Saturday and Sunday. I went to see Solar Fake, which is an awesome German industrial dance music band at Elbow Room, which is closing. And I saw I saw Emma Ruth Rundle last night, which was exhausting on a whole nother level mentally and emotionally. So lots to talk about this week here on the show. Thanks for being here. Even if you don't give us a super chat, if you got any things on your mind, any burning questions about the world of rock and metal or punk or anything else, shoot me a question. But we give a little more priority if you give us a donation. Any amount will do. We're just trying to stay in the game here at Ghost Cult. That's what we do. So I'm going to take a sip of my seltzer. And I'm going to minimize me, and I'm going to maximize the deck. Here's where it all happens. Carbomb the Destroyer is here. I see you every week, Carbomb. Thank you. Thanks for being here. What's up, everybody on TikTok? We'll see how much longer we're all together on TikTok. Who knows? The U.S. government is trying to ban TikTok. I'm a social media expert by day when I'm not also a music expert. All the time, and all these social networks are mining your data. There, as soon as you click, I agree to terms of service. Terms of service. I'm not drunk at all. I promise. Not hard seltzer. Goat Throne Records. It's a Waterloo Grape, one of my favorites. I am a seltzer bitch, straight up. If I was drinking tonight, it would be probably whiskey or beer, but I'm not. So. Yeah, just to keep it straight, all these social networks, they're not the greatest for your privacy. But anyway, rolling along. Nobody wants me on a soapbox here. Let's do this. Brutus. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Again, I ran through the housekeeping of the show. So housekeeping meme if you're watching here on YouTube. And Consuela from Family Guy, always hilarious. Let's continue forward. So features up this week at Ghost Cult. The first things first, the big things we did this week. Jesse Ferreri one of our newest writers on staff. She's written a lot of reviews. She started to do some interviews for us, and she interviewed August Burns Red. We just interviewed Jake a while back, but now she came back and interviewed Brent about their brand new album, Death Below. It's out now. The band is kicking off an anniversary tour, and she covered all the nuances and things about the band that we didn't talk about with Jake. When we interviewed Jake, it was mostly about Heart Support Fest and his nonprofit work and his dedication to mental health. But the band is also obviously hugely important. The band is the thing. Sounds of the Void is here. What's up, Sounds of the Void? So August Burns Red interview here on YouTube to see the full thing, and little snippets of it on TikTok, Instagram, etc. Tim Lennon, another Ghost Cult longtime staffer, interviewed Shelby from Ulthar. Ulthar is the awesome Oakland, right in my backyard, Oakland black metal band, black and death band. And they have 2 albums out. They put out 2 albums simultaneously on 20 Buck Spin. Shelby talked about some very personal stuff that he revealed. I got to commend Tim for the great interview he did. It's really hard to talk, like when you're not expecting some bombshell news about a person to happen during the interview, it can take you aback. And he handled it real well, considering he hasn't done an interview in about 5 years. And I hope we get some more from Tim soon. Shout out to Tim on the awesome job. But Ulthar, one of the killer bands, killer new releases this year. 20 Buck Spin, always a very reliable label for good music. Also, our recent interview with Billy Sheehan, you might have seen here on YouTube, has gone to our podcast. All good podcasts go to heaven. And sometimes our podcasts resurface interviews we've done already on our video channels, but also sometimes our podcasts have exclusive extra stuff in it. The long edit basically will be a podcast. This show will be a podcast over the weekend after it's done processing from the YouTube gods. Sounds of the Void, what's up? So yeah, this is the way as we watch The Mandalorian. Anybody watching The Mandalorian? I absolutely love this show. Might be the best Star Wars anything since Rogue One. So just fantastic. Winery Dogs interview Billy Sheehan. Billy Sheehan is also in Mr. Big, which is coming back this year for a huge tour. I just interviewed Paul Gilbert the other day. Stay tuned to the channels. That's going to run in a couple of weeks. Lots of interview content coming here at Ghost Cult all the time. So in addition to the Ghost Cult podcast, which you already know about, wherever you listen to podcasts, we also rep the Heavy Business podcast from C-Squared Music Marketing and PR. I have been a guest on the show. Basically, they do weekly podcasts where they, many times a week at least, and they share industry news, help for underground bands, advice. They talk to leaders in the music business, specifically metal and rock, and just basically how to get your band a leg up. They're committed to giving away a lot of free information and content in these very informative interviews. I will be back on as a guest. I'm a regular co-host now, at least occasional co-host every couple of months. So I'll probably be back sometime in April or early May. Shout out to them. Also, another podcast, because I don't have enough to do the, hey, Dad, what's up, Redbeard95? That's right, I am your dad. I did not get the milk, but the bread and the water is in the car if you want to go get it for me, Junior. Anyway, the other podcast I am a co-host from is the Glacially Musical podcast, like pour a beer, metal, swearing, vinyl, hockey, whatever. And this week, we're in the middle of a big series of Baroness, but we're trying to break it up because it's a very long series of all their full-length albums. So we have another chaser, Nick, the host of Glacially Musical podcast. I am the co-host. Nick got a big score of vinyl from a family member, like heirloom vinyl, some really funny stuff, but also some very rare, cool stuff. So that episode's going to air tonight. Glacially Musical, look it up. And one of those things is Nick's one of his favorite live albums, The Delicate Sound of Thunder by Pink Floyd. Evil Rob, dude, I love Life Agony so much, as you know, and Sick of It All. And that's killer. I should have talked to you about that show earlier. It's like so much stuff going on. It's impossible to keep track. We're supposed to keep track, but even I have trouble keeping track. It's hard, but we do our best. We do our best. Lots of show coverage coming. We had more show reviews in the last couple of weeks than we have had in a few months. There's just a surge of them have started happening. So very exciting times. And there's a couple of reviews coming from me even. Even me. Even these things I've been going to. Got to review them. So right before I like to remind everybody, Halloween is 7 months from today. If you're watching this live, it is Friday on the East Coast. It is Friday in Europe and the rest of the world. It is late night Thursday on the West Coast where I am. And so, again, if you give dental floss to a child, they're going to burn your damn house down. So, yeah, Halloween, 7 months from today. Very exciting. That is my holy grail, my favorite holiday of the year. And every day is really Halloween, as the song says, but there we go. But anyway, yep. Redbeard X95's got jokes on TikTok. I see you. My mom did bang the mailman. That's how I'm here. By the way, my dad was a mailman. And they did have sex at least a few times. Good to see everybody watching on all the channels. Oh, we got a comment here on YouTube. Let's see. I want to offer a promotion. Nope, that's spam. You're BS. Please don't comment BS on my stuff. I think that's on Twitch. Please don't. Shout out to StreamYard that lets me pull in most of these feeds all into one place and see most of the comments. Soon we will get Instagram on there and eventually maybe TikTok if they don't get banned. But yeah, Redbeard, you're whatever, bro. Come with something a little more constructive than your mom jokes. Let's talk for a second about VID IQ. This video does not have a sponsor, but I want to give a shine to our affiliate partner, VID IQ. We have grown humongously in the last couple of years on YouTube. One, because we're doing a ton of content, but two, because we use analytics from VID IQ. And we have an affiliate partner. There'll be a link in our description of this video where you can get a discount on VID IQ. If you got a band, if you got a small business, if you got a record label, you want to see what the competition is doing. You want free advice and coaching on how to make the best, most engaging, traction-having posts possible. And so that's VID IQ. That's what we used to get our stuff in order. And I even wanted to share some of my stats. So some of the things VID IQ does is they keep track of your progress, and they give you little awards and little attaboys and atta-days, and I like it. And yeah, we had 800 uploads back in November. We have almost 650,000 views on the channel, which is absurd. And we do have matching beards. That's cool. I don't know if anybody has seen this. I'm just going to flitter around like crazy. As you might see, if you're watching this on YouTube, you see some of my Funkos. Here's a Funko of me that was made for me by friends of mine. Look at this. He's got the trucker hat is behind the scenes here, but like here's this beard of me. Pretty cool, pretty accurate likeness, I gotta be honest. Could be a little thicker. I'm a thick boy, as people know. But anyway, I like the Funkos. I know they're having troubles and going out of business. Tough stuff. But yeah, vidIQ, and then they give you kind of data, and this is just a little snippet. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, you can see, and maybe Facebook, you can see this screen grab of title suggestions and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, just keyword research, real-time stats, competitor analysis. So, or if you have a band that's like your band and you want to have similar success to them on YouTube, you see what they're doing, this will teach you how. So vidIQ, props to them. I also want to just give a shout out for no particular reason at all to this little, I treated myself, I've been working really hard. I got a new job always in the room this year. Big JC 4513 is here. I treated myself to a little Prezi. I got myself this JBL Go 3. We are not sponsored by JBL. I used to do marketing for Harman and JBL, by the way, which is really funny, like 4 or 5 years ago. Jonah K is here. So I just wanted to shout this out. This little JBL Go 3 is about 40 to 50 bucks, depending on where you buy it. And it has been a game changer for me around the house. I love to listen to music and podcasts all the time. My laptop speakers are so. I wear headphones all the time or my earbuds. But this thing is powerful as hell. I can Bluetooth connect it to my turntable outside when I spin my records, which I'm going to start doing more vinyl porn on my Instagram at ghostcultkeefy. Go check that out. And maybe on my Twitter at ghostcultkeefy. Other Twitter channels for Ghost Cult are all at ghostcultmag. But yeah, this JBL, man, I wanted to shout this out. If you're interested in getting one, just like I have, there'll be a link in the description with an affiliate link where we will get a couple of dollars if you choose to buy one. So I love this thing so much. This is the best gift I have bought myself in a very long time. Serpent Conjuration is here. Maybe we'll start a drinking game. Whenever Serpent Conjuration comes in the room, we'll do a shot. I'm not prepared this week to do one, but I just want to say, Serpent Conjuration, I really appreciate you. This is like 7, 8 weeks in a row where you just popped into our feed. Maybe we're online at the same time, but just thanks for being here. I just want to say, everybody that's here, I really appreciate you. Moving right along with the show. Festival news. There's some crazy major festival news that actually caused the show to start late, because that's how we do here. Like, I want to get the most value to all of you in as humanly possible. So we have some breaking festival news. First of all, today, this broke the whole internet. This Power Trip Live Festival. Honestly, I don't love the name. Power Trip should only be reserved for Power Trip the band. Rest in power, Riley Gale. One of my favorite interviews of all time. And, Mishmash Oz is here on YouTube. Hi there. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Misha, I know. I see that. I see that face in the thumbnail. Power Trip Live, again, Power Trip, the name is throwing me off, but if these are the headliners, I can only imagine the rest of the band. Put on by Golden Voice, who does Coachella, so they know a thing or two about putting on a big festival. Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Friday night. AC/DC, their first announced show of their apparent comeback tour. Ozzy in what might be his final show ever, or his final American show. Metallica and Tool on the final night. Like, forget about, like, that's just, wow. America does not get metal festivals or rock festivals this big. We have a few. Shout out to the Danny Wimmer festivals and a few others. But we really don't get anything of this scale. So even if all the other bands are like, meh, this isn't, and I know that people are like freaking out about the price. Basically, it'd be about like $150 or $200 a day, which is about what you would spend to go see each one of these bands. So I understand that it's not cheap, and these are very tough times economically in America and the world. But this is a phenomenal concert. This is actually taking place the same weekend as Aftershock. I'm probably going to go to this the way it's looking right now. But yeah, this looks incredible. Put on by Golden Voices in the Empire Polo Grounds in Indio, California. Famously the site of the American first Big Four concert. Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. But anyway, an amazing, amazing concert. Very pumped for this. Tickets go, I think early bird tickets and hotel packages go on sale Tuesday. Full tickets go on sale next week. Stay tuned to Ghost Cult for more news on this one. This broke the internet today. And I just want to say, like, we had a lot of comments in our social media about Ozzy, right? So Ozzy announced he is retired from touring, but he has said repeatedly that he would like to still perform and do one-off concerts. He is moved to England. He still has a residence in America until he sells it. There's no reason he can't do a one-off festival appearance. I fear for him if it was touring, because touring puts a lot of mileage on your body, and he's a wreck from all his injuries and surgeries. But people were like, Ozzy said he was going to retire. This is like Motley Crue. Everybody calm down. Ozzy's a treasure, and if he loves performing for the fans. And if he can get back out there and perform at any level, I will take it. I saw Ozzy twice in the last 6 years before all the things happened to him and the world. And, he still put on a great show. So be less of a dick. Pick your battles. Ozzy's allowed to go play a show if he can play a show. You know what I'm saying? Omar Deathless is here. Nice name, Omar Deathless. We have an Omar at Ghost Cult. We'll talk about him in a minute. This was the big news that happened right before we were supposed to go live a little while ago. Grass Pop Festival has unveiled the final lineup, I believe, of this year, and it's a banger. Guns N' Roses, Slipknot are the main headliners, but Machine Head, again, who rarely play anything but festivals, they are going to play one of the headliners of Grass Pop. Unbelievable. Machine Head dropped this news, and I thought it was important to share. Guns N' Roses, Ghost, Alter Bridge, Machine Head, Disturbed, Gojira, Monomarth, Behemoth, Slipknot, Parkway Drive, Pantera. They're on different days than Machine Head. That would be awkward. Awkward. Rancid, Architects, Hailstorm, In Flames, Def Leppard, Motley Crue. Just ridiculous. What a ridiculous lineup over in Belgium for Grass Pop. One of the major festivals that Belgium always has. Tiny country, huge music scene. Huge. Underground and commercial. Prophecy Fest. I was saving this one. I love this one. Prophecy Fest, run by Prophecy Productions. Nice work, Misha. Machine Head in Brisbane. That's terrific. Slipknot in Flames. They just had the Aussie Knot Fest. Sorry about Bad Omens that the singer couldn't go. That's a bummer. But Prophecy Fest, right? It's in a cave in Germany. So I'm going to do my imitation from Iron Man 1. Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. This concert is in a cave in Germany. Oh my God. Prophecy Fest, they added a bunch more bands, including My Dying Bride, who is everywhere lately. Sorry, TikTok, I'm not adding co-hosts who I don't know to this show. I don't even know that I would add a co-host I do know, unless it was someone I really was stoked to see. But My Dying Bride, among the many bands added to Prophecy Fest, The Vision Bleak, Amon Ra, November's Doom, just so many great bands happening in September in the cave of Balve in Germany. I was waiting for that. I rather enjoyed that Iron Man 1. Rate my Iron Man 1 Obadiah Stane impression. All right. Moving along, Lollapalooza, we talked about them last week. Not a lot to say except they announced their daily lineups. If you want to go to Lollapalooza just to see Chili Peppers, they are headlining Sunday with Lana Del Rey. Not much else to say. Piranha Pit Fest in Canada is going to have a killer bunch of thrash and heavy metal bands. Razor, New Jersey's own Whiplash, who I once opened for 23 years ago. Skullfist, and so many more bands to come. And that is taking place right away in about 6 weeks in May. Piranha Pit Fest. There'll be a post on Ghost Cult about this tomorrow if you want to get all the deets. 4 Chord 9 Music Fest near Pittsburgh is going to have a lot of punk, emo, and alternative bands. Yellow Card, Taking Back Sunday, The Main, Gaslight Anthem, Alkaline Trio, Interrupters, Streetlight Manifesto, Face to Face American Football, and so many more. That looks like a lot of fun for mid-August. It's very hot in Pittsburgh in mid-August, but still. Download, as you know, is around the corner this June. Hopefully Ghost Cult will be there once again. And I wanted to shout out a particular band, like an underdog story. Killer rock and heavy metal band, Anti-Saint from Wyoming, has been added to download. They're playing on the same day as Metallica and Disturbed and Placebo. Just a simple plan, clutch, unbelievable. Congrats to them. We are looking forward to some coverage with them soon, maybe an interview. Anti-Saint from Wyoming, check them out. For fans of Bad Wolves, Seven Dust, Godsmack, bands like that, very cool. Uprising Fest coming soon in the UK has added a bunch of new bands, including Paradise Lost, Combi Christ, Palm Reader, Sour, Boss Keloid, who's been a favorite at Ghost Cult for a long time. Killer Festival at the end of April. It's coming up in less than a month. Get your tickets. That looks like a lot of fun. Also, Electric Highway Fest just ended last week in Canada, headlined by stoner doom band Sasquatch. They have announced that they are coming back for 2024 with another weekend of shows in April this time. Lineup TBD to be announced. Get a real haircut, real little bro. I don't have any hair, bro. I don't know if you're talking to me. I haven't had hair for a long time. I used to have hair down in my ass when I played in bands. I have no hair now. So it's baldy under this Black Sabbath hat from the band Black Sabbath. Inferno is also around the corner. Inferno Festival is just it's just a week away, a week and a half away or so. Emperor, Cannibal Corpse, Amorphous, Godflesh, Dark Funeral, Wolves in the Throne Room, Jevel, Mork, Odium, Hakiri for the Sky, Watain, Nile, Arcturus, Elder, Abat, Unleashed, Uada, Crowbar. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Taking place at the Rockefeller venue in Oslo, Norway. One of these years, we've covered it in the past. Ghost Cult, our European team, has covered it. One of these years, I got to get over there, man. It looks like a blast. All right. Lost Highway Motorcycle and Rock Festival is taking place in the Poconos, another Pennsylvania festival. I believe it's headlined by Lynyrd Skynyrd. More bands to come. Kind of their own bike week. Sturgis, Laconia, Rock, and Bike Fest. Seems pretty cool. We were just talking about Skynyrd, and Gary Rosington passed away just a few weeks ago, so no announcement yet from them about what their future plans are, but they haven't canceled any shows. So Alrighty. I cannot put on Spirit Crusher by Death, but I do love that song. If I put on any copyrighted music, my stream is going to get limited by all the channels. So it's a constant problem. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch more. And over there, I think I'll just play I'll play whatever and I won't care. And then if I share those videos elsewhere, I'll care less about them. All right, getting in. That's the end of the festival news. Now into the concerts. Remember concerts? I love this meme. If you're watching on YouTube. Oh, that's great. But this is a rug under a coffee table in your house. Very cool. Does look fun though. I just saw Emma Ruth Rundle last night. Scooter 75 is here. What's up, Scooter? I saw Emma Ruth Rundle last night, and it was magical. It was her first real tour for her album Engine of Hell from a year and a half ago. She also did a collaborative album and an EP with Thou 2 years ago that came out during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic. We're still kind of in a pandemic. But Emma, unbelievable performance. I've never seen her tell so many jokes and be so relaxed. She played piano. She played guitar. Patrick Hiroshi opened. I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologize to you, Patrick. But she's playing a handful of shows across America. A lot of them are selling out. Yeah, it's a very intimate and special tour. And if you love her music, you definitely want to go. LA is this weekend at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Chicago, Toronto, Boston, New York. Still on the bill. So I was very lucky to see her review coming soon to ghostcultmag.com, probably next week. I don't know why Alkaline Trio is there. That's just the wrong thing. All right. Anyway, I like Alkaline Trio. Anyway, Avenged Sevenfold, who announced their new album last week or a week and a half ago with a new single, announced 2 arena shows to kick off a whole bunch of touring. And they announced a brief leg 1 of their North American tour with Alexis on Fire as the opener. It's going to start in July in Camden. A lot of controversy about Avenged Sevenfold. Their big arena shows will feature Falling in Reverse, a lightning rod of controversy right now. But M Shadows of Avenged Sevenfold defended putting on Falling in Reverse, defended Ronnie Radke. Interesting choice. He is anti-cancel culture, but whatever. Pretty excited for the new Avenged Sevenfold album, even though I didn't particularly go gaga over the song. It's a good song. Old Horntooth is here. What's up, Old Horntooth? It's okay. See what else is going on in the world. Godsmack and Stained have announced the co-headline tour, otherwise known as the Getting Arrested for Domestic Disputes, Wearing Tap-Out Shirts tour. I'm just kidding. Godsmack's got a new album out. It's pretty solid. Stained, good band. I like to hear the music. I would like Aaron Lewis to not talk about politics or anything else and just keep his mouth shut. But whatever. Looks like a good tour if you like that kind of stuff. Armed for the Apocalypse has announced a West Coast tour. They're coming right near me in Albany, not too far, not Albany, Georgia, or Albany, New York, but Albany, California, which is just a few towns away from me. So very excited for those folks to come back. And they are playing at Modified Ghost Fest in May, which is a killer progressive metal, technical death metal festival. That's really cool. Queen and Adam Lambert tickets are on sale for the new leg of the Rhapsody tour. They are riding that wave from that Bohemian Rhapsody movie a while back. And Queen and Adam Lambert tickets are going to be a fortune. But if you've never seen Queen and you need to get that experience out, it's worth it. Sir Brian May recently knighted by the United Kingdom, by the Royals. So fun stuff there. Warbringer for some more metal. Evil Invaders, Warbringer. Incredible tour, rampaging across Europe. It's already underway. But I wanted to shout out these future dates that are coming up all of April. Just definitely do not miss these guys live. They had a great album out last year. Warbringer, one of the best thrash bands live to ever do it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Ludacra was to have played their final show ever back in the fall in San Francisco. I was lucky enough to be there. It was an incredible black and death metal band and show. They've added one more show to St. Vitus. Maybe they'll play Europe if they get invited. Sonia's going to open. This is St. Vitus Bar in June. I have begged Ross Sewage on social media to please put out a live album from the soundboard of the San Francisco show. Please do this. One of the coolest bands. Also, Nick Cave has announced a North American tour, or a short North American tour, a bunch of dates in different places. And so those tickets are on sale now. Also, big Nick Cave fan. Not metal, not quite rock, but just if you love great songwriting. Again, similar to Emma Ruth Rundle, or she's similar to him. If you love great music, it's great music. Thank you, Oceans of Angels. I love all this also. That's what I live for this. This is my time. And then in some cancellation news, this is a picture of Jack Blades of Night Ranger. Night Ranger is currently on tour, but he had to go to have an emergency surgery. We don't know the nature of it, but he is in the hospital recovering from a procedure. They canceled obviously the dates they missed when he went to the hospital. They've canceled some more dates. Night Ranger is a killer band from the 80s. You might know the story about how Brad Gillis of Night Ranger joined Ozzy after Randy Rhoads died. I interviewed Brad about that. Maybe I'll link it in the video after this airs. But yeah, Night Ranger, cool band, great big hits, rock and heavy, sort of not quite heavy enough to be heavy metal, but sometimes they have some heavy metal moments. Brad is a shredder for sure. Get well soon, Jack. We're big fans. Also, Red Fang, who are kicking off a big summertime tour with Clutch, have announced 2 more shows. Boston in July at the Sinclair, and New York City the next day at the Gramercy Theater. I love both of those places. I lived in both Boston and New York. I'm from New York. In case you couldn't tell, I talk with my hands a lot. I say yo a lot and word. So cool for Red Fang to add a few more shows to their big tour. Also, Killswitch Engage is doing little bits and bobs of shows here and there, not full tours. They announced 2 shows for June. Fit for an Autopsy, Death Ray Vision, and Paradise Slaves at the Casino Ballroom in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, as well as Toronto a few days later with Despise Icon and Stick to Your Guns. Wow. I would like to be at that show. Wow. Good times. Killswitch Engage, already working on new music for another release. Going to be some time till they do that, though. And Kiss, what would it be without some Kiss news? Kiss has added a bunch more dates as predicted to their supposed final tour ever with Gene and Paul. And still, so far, their last shows ever are going to be in New York City at Madison Square Garden. I predict they will add some more shows to that if they sell out. Tickets are a fortune. They might already be gone, or just the cheap seats are left. If there are any cheap seats, they're probably not cheap. But Kiss adding more dates to the final farewell, the end of the road. And then that's it for the festivals and tours. Man, there's a lot there this week, and I thank you for your patience. The show is at least half over, more than half over. What's up, Echo Sama on TikTok? How are you guys doing? If anybody's still there, I'm hanging out. So on to the biggest stories of the week here at Ghost Cult, or just in general in rock and metal. Yeah, Jack Blades. No. Yeah, Blaze Bailey. Blaze Bailey had a heart attack last week, and in the middle of a tour, he was home because the tour's in the UK, and if it's close to home, you go stay at your house. You don't have to stay on the bus or at a hotel. He had a heart attack at home. He's getting care in the hospital in intensive care, and he needs a heart procedure. He's getting a triple bypass surgery, so that's going to take him off the road. Predictably, they cancel all their immediate tour dates for April, and they do have some dates planned for June and July. We will see. They're playing a wait-and-see game. Blaze is a beloved former member of Iron Maiden. He replaced Bruce Dickinson. People don't love those albums, but Blaze is an incredible singer, has had a great spirit, a great connection with Iron Maiden fans. He was great in Iron Maiden, inarguably. Had the most impossible job ever to replace Bruce Dickinson. And his solo career is amazing. And the Appleton brothers, who are also from the band Absolva, manage him. They're also in his band. So they made a second statement about Blaze's health. And we just want him to get well soon. So All the Sun is here. Respect Put some respect on the name of Swallow the Sun, one of the greatest bands of all time. Of all time. Did I say of all time? Of all time. Great to see you here on the gram. Thank you for being here. Once again, the best experience for this show is usually Twitch or YouTube. Come hang out. Throw us a donation with a super thanks or a super chat, and I will answer any question you might have about the world of rock and metal. I'll probably answer your questions anyway without a donation, but a donation helps, let me tell you. Moving along. Metallica Everything. We are 2 weeks away from the brand new Metallica album. In addition to being part of that Power Trip Live Festival, they dropped a brand new song as we recorded this earlier today. I'm recording this live now. Their song came out earlier today and a video for the title track of their album, 72 Seasons. It's thrashy. It's old school. Most of the song sounds like Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. And then the chorus has like a cool chromatic riff thing that will remind you of And Justice for All, at least me. I'm not saying it's that quality. I'm just saying it's cool that Metallica is trying to give it like a throwback vibe late in their career. I don't expect this to be the album of the year, but invariably Metallica helps everybody else. I'm sure Overkill will sell more records because Metallica is coming out that day, and people will be looking for something else to hear too. Also, a book about James Hetfield's guitars are coming out. Messenger is on October 17th. So pre-orders are live now. It's a ways away, but also Metallica is doing a series of interviews every week leading up to the album, and they've already done Robert Trujillo, who revealed that he's going to actually do some actual singing on the record for the first time ever, backup singing, as well as James. So we're going to get more interviews soon from the band. Metallica. Here we go. Here's an interesting story. Jim Durkin, Dark Angel, died last week, and the band put out a statement paying tribute to him recently. They are going to play one of their classic albums in full. They're going ahead with their planned tour. I don't know who's going to take his spot in the band, but he hadn't been touring with them anyway, so probably it's whoever, the current lineup of the band didn't really have Jim on the road with them anyway. Just very sad. And I thought it was a nice tribute to Jim. So, Slipknot. Are we getting a new Slipknot album imminently? Slipknot has teased, said in interviews they have a sort of secret album they've never put out that was recorded during All Hope Is Gone that is like psychedelic, evil Pink Floyd music, as Clown alluded to. This is an awesome picture of Corey Taylor, photographed by our own Randall Hicks, of aka Windy Brick Photography. Go give him a follow on social media. Follow all our photographers for cool concert photos of stuff they've covered for Ghost Cult. And I think we're getting a Slipknot record. Their record deal with Roadrunner is over tomorrow. So April 1st is the end of their 25-year relationship with Roadrunner. They might put that record out Sunday or Monday just to F with the world. I don't know. But look in the mirror, I think it's called. Somebody correct me on that. I don't have it up in front of me. But we might be getting a new Slipknot record any second now. I think that's pretty cool, whatever it is. Even if it's leftovers, I think that's fun. Slipknot doesn't really need a record label. There's like Metallica. They could almost put out their own records. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Lots of Knotfest activity, headline festivals, European tours, Danny Wimmer Festival. Slipknot going to have a big year. A lot of big news from the biggest bands in the world this week. Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello gave a new interview to Rolling Stone saying, the band had to cancel all of their touring plans for 2023. And he does not know if they're coming back in 2024. They are giving Zach De La Rocha time to heal from his horrible injury that he got on the first night of the tour. And that dude went out there in a chair with a ruptured Achilles tendon. That's an injury, like football players get that injury and they never come back from it. Or they come back like slower and worse. And that guy sat on an amp in excruciating pain, traveled with the band, again, touring as hard as it is. And they gutted out a bunch of performances on their headline tour because they had already postponed a few times because of the world. And, I really hope Zach can recover. And I do hope the Rage gets to have these shows. I really do. Because it was great to have them back. We need that voice back in the world, that anger. Your anger is a gift. I wish a speedy recovery to Zach. And Tom has no shortage of projects and bands and things. He's in Bruce Springsteen's band. He's got solo projects. He's got other bands. He's going on tour himself. But be nice to get Rage back in 2024. We'll see. Kelly's injury, tough to come back from. Sports fans will tell you. Dave Lombardo put out another single. His new album, his debut solo drum album is coming soon. Rites of Percussion, coming out on Ipecac Records. Dave is everywhere. He's got a record out with his wife, Vena Boris. He's gonna go on tour with Mr. Bungle and maybe Suicidal Tendencies. Dead Cross might do some more shows later in the year. We'll see. He's got a brand new grindcore band, Empire State Bastard, with the guys from Biffy Clyro. They put out their debut single. They played there for a show. Dave Lombardo, busy as hell. I did not have on my bingo card that Dave Lombardo was going to have a solo record before Kerry King. But here we are. Here we are. Star Crystal Band is here on Instagram. Hello, hello, hello. Moving along with the rock and metal news. If you're joining just now, we're in the midst of our rock and metal news show. We're almost done. Obituary today announced a Barely Alive live stream, back-to-back nights from their own Redneck studio in Florida. Our own Omar Cordy just recently interviewed the band, the brothers Tardy, both of them, about their studio, about their new album, Dying of Everything, out now on Relapse Records. Obituary live stream, the last one was awesome. They've done some classic records. They're going to play, the first night, they're going to play some classics and a few other things. And then the second night, they're going to do their whole new album live in the studio. Pretty sick. Great band. Obituary, one of the greats in all of death metal history. This is a weird story. Under Oath just signed to Monarch Heavy. They're definitely going to work. They put out a new single, Let Go, not too long ago. They were just on tour, or they're on tour right now with Periphery and Loathe. And they kicked out their guitar player 3 hours before leaving for tour. I'm a little perplexed by this. And then he put out a statement that was like, I appreciate the band and everyone that ever supported me. And then his wife came out and was like, the band is full of BS and they shouldn't have kicked them out and this is messed up, but whatever. Just strange timing to kick somebody out. And again, if he had done something wrong to get kicked out, we don't know. Maybe it was coming for a long time. Being in a band is like, sometimes if you're unhappy with your bandmates, it's like being in a loveless marriage. I've been in many bands. I spent 20 years playing music with bands, and more than that, even playing music. So it's hard. But yeah, rough times. Epicenter. We premiered the brand new Epicenter's New England thrash band, technical thrash metal band, Epicenter. We put out their new single this week. They have a new EP. This is the main gist of this story is they announced their new EP, Flood. We'll link that in the description. Love those guys. Been following them for, a long time. Maybe 10 years. I don't know. At least 7 or 8 years of their existence. We've been following them. So welcome back. Great new single. Propagate is the name of the single, by the way. I'm getting old age is affecting me in this podcast. I swear I'm sober. I promise. We're almost done. Abiotic dropped a new song today. Floridian technical death metals. Ocean of Worldly Sufferings, a new single featuring Matt Keefy of Trivium. He is producing their new EP that's coming later this year. More news from Abiotic soon. Great band. Very excited about that song. I would play that song for you, but I don't want to get demonetized. Worse than I probably already am. If you're a fan of Mastodon, Brand Daler is going to sit in with the Seth Meyers band next week. So very exciting stuff. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think the whole week, he's going to sit in with the band. That's always a lot of fun. He's had Danny Carey. He's had Mario Duplantier from Gojira. I'm sensing a theme here, but he's had a lot of rock and metal drummers sit in with the band. That's always fun. Abiotic. Nervosa dropped a new song today and has revealed their new lineup. Very cool. It's tough to keep a band together. As I just said, Nervosa, new lineup. A lot of bands changing members, a lot of albums getting announced, so we're finding out about new members for the first time ever. Good times. Here's a fun thing. I don't know why there's so many photos of this thing, but Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy turned 50 years old this week. And I don't know if you know this, there's been like a controversy on social media about the album cover that is iconic, but features nude little children who are Robert Plant's children. It's an innocent photo. It's not a gross photo. It's an epic photo, but you can't post that photo anymore on social media because you get like blacklisted. It's crazy. But anyway, to celebrate 50 years of House of the Holy, Jimmy Page put out the demo, his original demo that he remastered and released to streaming and YouTube, called Seasons, which was the original title of the Rain song. Fun fact, the Rain song is my favorite piece of music ever, next to the sound of a woman orgasming. And I love the Rain song. And this demo is very ear-opening and eye-opening that Jimmy released this after 50 years. Very cool stuff from Jimmy. The Who, the Mongolian world music rock and metal band, is putting out a deluxe edition of their Rumble of Thunder album, and they just put out their a bunch of versions of some of their best known material from that last record, including a new song today, a new version of their song Rumble of Thunder with Serj Tankian of System of a Down. So that's very cool for The Who to get co-signed by Serj. That's really cool. Making moves with The Who out on Better Noise Music if you're interested. Same label as Bad Wolves and From Ashes to New, Eva Under Fire. Very cool label. Record Store Day is coming up in about a month, less than a month, and we're going to spend the next few weeks highlighting some independent record stores or record labels who are doing fun Record Store Day things. Bridge 9 Records in Beverly, Mass, right next to Salem, a town I once lived in, is doing they're opening their warehouse for Record Store Day to let fans come in and buy the Record Store Day releases, plus a pop-up from smaller labels. I think this is inherently cool. This is if you're anywhere in the Boston area or New England, get to this. One of the records they will be selling will be Agnostic Front's 40th anniversary United Blood LP, coming out especially for Record Store Day, remastered with extra tracks. Super cool. Shout out to Bridge 9. Eventually, I will get back to the East Coast for a visit, and I'm going to go to the Bridge 9 store and hang out there and maybe shoot some video there. Maybe interview the Bridge 9 people. That's what I would like to do. I love that label. I always have. Cadaverous Crow is here. What's up, LJ? Good to see you. Miss you. Miss your work. I hope you're well. Hope everything's good. Thanks for being here. A ghost cultist that's entered the chat on Instagram. We're wrapping up our rock and metal news show here, talking about things like Record Store Day. This is really cool. So, music. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, I Steal Art. Jason Leckberg is a music industry guy. He's a band manager. He's artist relations, publicity, and he also has his own band, Nefariant, who is coming out with an EP, I believe, later this year, or a new album. And he's a music industry well-known person. And he, one of the major problems facing bands is their merch getting stolen, copied, not just stolen, but copied and sold by other people, and the band doesn't get any money. As soon as a band has a cool shirt or a design, or a hype band is getting big, some nefarious people out there will copy their designs or put out other artwork and put out merch. And it's basically stealing money from the bands. So Jason decided, I'm going to go put together a way to, scope out the whole internet for unauthorized merch and get them to take it down. It's not cheap, but if you're a band that's losing money because of this, it's worth it. So I'm going to link this in the description. It's at his website, LeckbergEnterprises.com. And basically, it's an unauthorized merchandise takedown. It's a one-time fee checking once a month on your behalf across websites like Redbubble, TeePublic, AliExpress, Lazada, T-Shirt Classic. We bought stuff from some of these. Some of them are inherently not bad, but I don't think these companies are checking that people are putting out band merch that's not their band. So I think they're just interested in money. In the past, I have definitely bought stuff from TeePublic, not Redbubble, but yeah, probably TeePublic. So, maybe they need to do a better job at policing themselves also, right? Just my 2 cents. And let's go back to the video. But yeah, shout out to Jason for doing, really doing a great thing for bands and trying to help bands not get robbed. We're almost done here. I saved this for the end of the show because this is kind of difficult to talk about. There's been a lot of talk in the last week about the Sargent House label. This is a label. We talked about Emma Ruth Rundle at the top of the show in the tour section. I have been a fan of this label for a very long time. They put out some of my favorite records ever. Emma's records, Chelsea Wolfe, Lingua Ignota, Russian Circles, among others, Earth. And we were always praising them, respecting them, buying their merch, supporting their artists because they seem to be a very artist-centric album. Then the main person from the Milet's band put out a video and a very long statement about a lot of abuse that's happened at the label, and maybe the owner of the label, Kathy, had been verbally abusive to people and also turned a blind eye to some terrible things that happened at the label. Other artists started sort of co-signing that statement without making public statements. Brian from Russian Circles, also of Botch, came out in defense of the label, but ultimately the ultimate thing is the label head is stepping down, Kathy, to address her issues. Someone else is going to run the label in the meantime. I hope she can get the help she needs. Every label, if you have a label that purports to be a safe space, but you also pursue vulnerable artists to take advantage of them, you're not providing them a safe space. That being said, we have been fans of the music. I still support the bands that have been on that label. The bands did nothing wrong. We don't want to punish the bands. It's just important to mention that these things are not allowed in our scene. We don't allow these things. That's why the internet came for them. When the internet comes for you, don't ask why they're coming for you. Ask yourself, what did I do wrong? And how can I fix it if I can? Maybe you can't. I don't know. Tough stuff, though, because I have loved a lot of records from that label. And to end on a positive note, because I need my comfort food, a little more classic rock in this episode. Boy, we had some of the biggest bands ever talked about in this episode. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon had an anniversary. We talked about Led Zeppelin's anniversary record just a minute ago. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon turned 50 earlier in the month, early in March, and they have announced global celebrations. They're putting out an animated movie you can go see in the movies, like a laser show with animations, and they're going to do events, and there's going to be more and more things happening. They streamed the new remastered version of Dark Side of the Moon. They put out a live album from that tour, which I have one, and we're going to do on the Glacially Musical podcast, where we're going to listen to it and analyze it. Always a lot of fun. We love our Pink Floyd. So that's cool. We needed something encouraging and fun. Here we are, almost at the end. We are heading to the mailbag section of the show, and I got a really cool thing in the mail. I don't know if anybody gets band merch or music merch or anything from labels, and if you have trouble getting your packages, or if your packages get robbed or not delivered. I had something I was waiting for today that was sent to me, and was said, we had trouble delivering your package. Well, I live in a building with a mail system that everybody knows how to put stuff in. There's round-the-clock security. They definitely could have delivered the package. They claimed they couldn't, but I think they didn't show up. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. I don't know. But anyway, I got this awesome box in the mail earlier in the week, and I haven't opened it. I got this from Scott Harrington, who is the owner of Salt of the Earth Records. Look at this giant-ass box. I'm going to unbox whatever's in here. I cut it open, but I haven't looked what's in it. This is going to be a total surprise. We have covered some of their artists. There's no quid pro quo here. If you have a label or a band, you want to send me some merch, I would gladly unbox it and rep it. But I didn't ask for this to be sent to me. He offered to send me some stuff from the label, and I'm excited to check it out because he has cool bands. Let's just do a quick rundown. Saltoftheearthrecords.com. And so they just signed Inverter, who has a new record coming out. They also have Dead by Wednesday, who's going on a huge tour. Monster God, Scuzzy Yeti, just so many killer bands, a lot of different genres, but mostly stoner doom, modern metal, sludge, cool things. So let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? Let's see what's in the box. I'm going to actually put myself back to the full screen here to do this unboxing. I think I have a Salt of the Earth logo. There it is, Salt of the Earth Records logo. And now I will make myself full screen. Hey, it's me. Look at me. So let's look what's in this box and see what's here. Not unplug my headphones. That would be unhelpful. All right. So we got this box. And we're going to just take some stuff out here. There's a note. I always encourage bands and labels, if you're going to send something to somebody, send a note. Here's what the note says. Keefy, that's me. Thank you for all you do, bro. You're one of the great ones. Be well. Scott, Salt of the Earth. Play rather loudly, please and thanks. I think there's some music in here. So a really nice note. I appreciate notes. They're thoughtful. It's always good to have a note. Looks like the first thing out of the box is going to be a shirt of Salt of the Earth Records and my chubby size. I appreciate this. I'm going to wear this on a future show. It's their logo. I love the block font for you. If you can see it, there it is. Salt of the Earth Records shirt. Very cool. I'll just pile stuff up here. Next thing in the box are some CDs. I'm going to pull them all out and rapid fire go through them. Wow, this is wild. There's like all the CDs they've ever put out. Oh my goodness. Old Temple. Let's see if I can see this too well. Scuzzy Yeti. Kings and Liars. We interviewed those guys. That's the brothers Belmore who work with Jamie Josta and record all his records. Dead by Wednesday. Cool band. We should interview them soon when they get back from tour. Cortez, one of the coolest stoner doom bands in the Boston area. Primitive Man is here. I'm unboxing a gift box from Salt of the Earth Records. Primitive Man, one of the heaviest bands ever. Heaviest band on earth, I called them. So Cortez, this is a banger. I had this already on my Bandcamp. Old Temple, very cool. Wow, this is wild. I have a lifetime of music here to listen to now. Which I already, I love it. Let's see what else is in here. There's all these records. A whole nother pile. Another Dead by Wednesday, Darkest Day of Angels. Oh, there's a couple of these. Maybe I'll give one away. Drop a comment on our YouTube or Instagram or our Twitch somewhere, and I will send you some of these duplicate records. Stomp Box, that's cool. Reissue. Here's a Salt of the Earth compilation. Lord Bishop, another cool band I have checked out before. Curse of the Sun, don't know them, gonna check them out. Another Cortez that I have. I might have this on vinyl, actually. I think I bought this from Armageddon Label Shop, who sells some of this stuff. Monster God, mentioned them before. Cool band. Thunderbird Divine, very cool band. I think we did a premiere for them last year. Here's a bunch of Salt of the Earth stickers. If you get something from me, I will send it to you. This looks like another comp. I'm not sure. Nope, another Thunderbird Divine EP. I don't have my spectacles on for reading. Make sure I didn't unplug myself. So you guys can still hear me. Oh, there's more. Holy shit, dude. There's vinyl in here. Wow. You guys know I have a vinyl podcast, and I buy and collect quite a lot of vinyl. This is very kind of you, Scott, if you're out there watching this. This is really just way too much, but I really appreciate you. None of it is taken for granted. Here's the Kings and Liars Animal record here. Transition Animals, for those of you who can see it. There are some guitar picks here from Salt of the Earth. That's a lot of fun. I love guitar picks. Let's see what else. I think I'm going to ditch the box. It's getting to be cumbersome. He put a little note on every one of these things, by the way. I really appreciate the personal touch, Scott. This is packed, by the way, beautifully. I'm pretty confident that if you buy anything from this label, everything was packed immaculately. Okay, so sure. Here's some more of these records done by Wednesday. There's a couple of bonuses. There's some duplicates. Oh, there's another guitar pick. I'll check these out carefully. Again, now I have duplicates, so maybe we'll do a contest and give away some of this stuff because I can't keep it all. Again, another Kings and Liars vinyl. Very cool. This is probably the appropriate way to present the vinyl. Scissor Fight. Oh my goodness, Scissor Fight. I used to live in the Boston area, and I saw these guys all the time. They're so good. Scissor Fight. Wow, this might be my favorite thing I have of this entire box, beside the shirt. This is incredible. I love this. Thank you so much. There's a few more. Yep, this is really nice. This is Via Vengeance, Distractions from the Truth. And there's 2 of these. And that's the box, man. So I have some extras here. Maybe we'll donate them, give them away, do a contest. Drop a comment and ask for something I just unboxed here. Maybe we'll make this unboxing video also a separate thing and do a contest giveaway. But that's our show. Almost an hour here. Thanks so much for watching another week. Stay tuned to Ghost Cult Mag on our socials for more news as it happens. I'm always grateful that you spent this time with us. You could spend your time anywhere on the internet watching a show, and you watched ours. Life in Sodom is here, or Sodom, depending on how you like to say it. But I'm just ending my show. Thanks so much for being here. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it is a tough time in the world. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay as metal as humanly possible. Peace out.